Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're doing more Vintage Cube Draft, and let's see what we got here. So, cards that stand out to me are Inquisition of Kozilek, Baleful Strix, Displacer Kitten, I guess. There's also like Summon Bahamut as a new addition from Final Fantasy, but it's just a big old 9/9. I don't know. It's cool, I guess. I think. Oh, there's also Sneak Attack. You could build around. You could take that and build around it. I don't know if it's like the optimal pack one pick one. I just want to take Baleful Strix. I love blue black tempo, or just blue black control. And Baleful Strix is such. It's just a really cool card too. Look at it, how majestic. All right, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and take a Baleful Strix here and try to build around that. Okay, so now we see a couple options. We could take Snuff Out for really hard removal, or we could just take Entomb. I like taking Entomb, honestly. We could be blue-black Reanimator, and Entomb is the kind of card that you want to take early, because, you have... It does two of the three things you want to do in Reanimator. For one, you want to have your boys. You want to put your boys in the yard. This covers both of those. And then you want to reanimate. So, we might not get there. We might just get like removal spells, counter spells, and these other decent creatures or whatever, and we don't even bother with this. In which case I'm going to be a little sad we missed out on the Snuff Out. But yeah, I mean, take Entomb. Maybe we could wheel Spellseeker potentially. I don't think Snuff Out wheels, but hey, that'd be super cool. Let's take Entomb. Okay, nothing crazy here. I think I'm just gonna take a Polluted Delta for the good fixing. There's also like Shallow Grave, but Shallow Grave is slightly weaker of a reanimation spell than, say, something like Reanimate. So if there was like actual Reanimate or Animate Dead in the pack, I might be a little bit more inclined to want to take that. But given where we are right now, and given like Shallow Grave is a little bit more niche, like it doesn't work with all of the threats. Like imagine you Shallow Grave a Baleful Strix. That's not... I mean, you don't want to be reanimating a Baleful Strix, but sometimes you have to. Shallow Grave is not the best for that. What? You get in for one and you draw a card. Like, yeah, whatever. But you can also... I don't know, like let's say you have a Sheoldred the Apocalypse, right? Or something like that. Something where you want it to like stick around, or a Troll of Khazad Dûm. Not so great with Shallow Grave unless they're at like 2 life, in which case, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so now we have a couple of options. We have a Sunken Ruins for even more blue-black fixing. We have a Raucous Theater in case we want to go into a Grixis shell. But we have, I think, 3 pretty good cards as well to take. We have the Sink into Stupor, Sheoldred's Edict, and Hymn to Turok. So I think, assuming we're the only ones in black, people aren't really going to want to take the Hymn to Turok, so maybe we could wheel it. I think we take the Sheoldred's Edict here. It's very versatile, and a lot of times this is like the only card that can get you out of certain situations. It's not always the best, of course, but let's say they tinker on turn 2 and get their Blightsteel Colossus, and then you just pay 2 mana and you like make them sack it. That's pretty cool. All right, let's take Sheoldred's Edict. Okay, ooh, blue black. Here we go. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. Kaito, Bane of Standard, Modern, and Legacy. Yeah, this card is sweet, especially with our current start. And with like the Baleful Strix, it's like the perfect combination, because this is something that you could play Baleful Strix on 2, and then on turn 3 you attack, you get in Kaito, you activate, then the next turn you play Baleful Strix. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I'm already starting to sense that we might not be a like Reanimator deck. I'm just not seeing the pieces. But man, we also got a Preordain here too. But I think Kaito's a little too strong to not take here. Okay, now what? So there's a whole lot of nothing in this pack, but there's also a Zagoth Triome, and I am totally down to be Sultai, like, control or mid-range. Oh, Sultai, bug mid-range? Oh, yeah. Sign me up. Give me Grist, give me Leovold. I I can't think of anything else at the moment, but those are really good cards. Yeah, let's take that. Okay, man. Okay, now they give us the Atraxa this late. Like, yes, you could take Bitter Triumph, but Atraxa is just one of the main reasons to be in a Reanimator deck. So I think we can be like a blue-black mid-range deck with a kind of a backdoor Reanimator shell. So if we take Entomb, we just pick up a random reanimation spell, then we can sometimes get this Atraxa to stick. And we already have a Zagoth Triumph. If we find any white producing land and just get it for free, we can hardcast Atraxa. It's not like gonna happen all the time, but that's something that can happen. Oh my god, it's Leovold. Okay, this is what we were talking about. We're just gonna play good, honest, mid-range deck, and we're gonna have a great time. And that's it. That's pretty much I don't know. That we're here. We're out here. We're having a great time. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Leovold's cool. Take Leovold. Okay, what did we wheel? So there is a Summon Bahamut, which also could be a decent, reanimation target. It's okay. Like, 9/9 flyer, good. Doesn't have any ward or protection. Destroys 2 target non-land permanents over the couple of turns. Like, don't get me wrong, it's obviously a very strong card, but I think I'd rather take this Shadowy Backstreet, and we can just basically be straight up 4-color mid-range, and we can kind of just take whatever we want. So, like, I don't know, in this pack, can I just take Elite Spellbinder? We're just Sans Red, and we just play all the good cards? I think we could do that. Also, there's nothing else in the pack for us, so it's pretty much the only consideration. Okay, here I think we just take Otawara. You could also take a Get Lost, but I don't think you have to stretch so far for your removal spells in black. But also, of course, we're not getting the Snuff Out. We took the Entomb over it. Silly me. Okay. Nothing really here for us. I guess we'll take... Well, I guess Sowing Mica Spawn can be okay, but we'll see. Just go ahead and take that. Okay, let's take Shifting Woodland. Theoretically could do some cool stuff, but we're just not going to have enough green. Alright, it's a pretty late Thalia, but we're not really doing that. And Gush. Gush is fine, but I don't know if we're going to be playing that in this particular deck. Okay, so we're set up well. We just need to have the next couple packs help us out a little bit. We're going to look for more cheap evasive creatures that go well with Kaito, or other reanimation spells to go with the whole Entomb Atraxa plan, and fixing, of course, and counter spells like Miscalc. I think that's what I want to take here. There is also a Creeping Tar Pit. It's one of those nice man lands. It turns into a 3/2 unblockable for only 3 mana. Well, and you have to attack with it. It's kind of like 4 mana, but not bad. Miscalc is very good. Kitesail Freebooter could also work with the whole Kaito plan, but I think I would rather shore up on the counterspells. These are pretty premium, so I think taking one early makes sense here. Okay, now we get to take one of the premium 1-drops in the format. Just kidding. It's Tamiyo. Sorry, Ragavan. Someone's going to be happy with Ragavan. No, and I think a pack one, pick one. It's actually kind of interesting for Tamiyo versus Ragavan. It's really like a Modern Horizons 2, Modern Horizons 3 argument. Which one was better? I think I would hedge on Ragavan in the pack one, pick one scenario, but they're obviously both really, really strong. There's also Malcolm, Alluring Scoundrel. There's a Witherbloom Apprentice if we find the combo, which I always forget the other name of the combo piece, and then I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Oh, it's Chain of Smog. Okay, well, cool, I remembered. Anyway, yeah, that's always fun, and in in the Sultai space that can work out. But like Tamiyo's just completely insane, so let's take a Tamiyo. This is looking pretty nice. Okay, ooh, there's a Nadu. So are we doing the Nadu thing? We could do the Nadu thing. We wouldn't be a dedicated Nadu deck, because I think we already passed the Lightning Grease, and I'm pretty sure we also passed the Nantuko Husk already. So that is something. Daze is probably the more correct pick, and we only have 2 green sources at the moment, so the Leovold's already kind of a stretch. I don't think we need to stretch the mana a little bit more. Nadu is obviously a fantastic card. You know it's a wizard? What, you play Temur Nadu and you just like Flame of Anor and you draw it? Ridiculous. I can't believe it. I piloted Nadu for like one event and I felt so dirty. I had one of the most disgusting turns I've ever had playing this game. I lost the match, but I won that game. So anyway, let's see. Okay, if we're doing this, I mean, you could take like a Consider, that's a boring pick. The exciting pick is Esika's Chariot. Is it optimal? Pfft, no. Well, actually, it might be. There's also like Dauthi Voidwalker. Oh, okay. Let's get back to reality. Esika's Chariot's great. Teferi, Big Teferi could also be pretty good. But a Dauthi Voidwalker, it's another cheap evasive creature, first of all. And if our fixing's good, it can be, the double black's a little tough. But it can be great with Kaito. And also just if we find discard spells, then yeah, you just do a whole bunch of stuff. Ooh, Undercity Sewers. All right, we're definitely going to take Undercity Sewers here. Great fixing, Surveil Land, etc. We also have Imperial Seal if we were more all in on combo. But right now, I mean, this Entomb pick has not been panning out, unfortunately. So I'm kind of wishing I had taken the Snuff Out in retrospect. But, I mean, that's hindsight's 2020 or whatever the saying is. Recurring Nightmare, something? I mean, that could work with the Entomb, right? It's a little bit of a slower plan. But theoretically, you can pitch Baleful Strix, get Atraxa, and then, I don't know, you could go back if you want. Anyway, yeah, Undercity Sewers is great. Definitely the pickup here. Looking for just cheap interaction. Discard spells, removal spells, that sort of thing. And then we have this kind of like Atraxa and Tomb package over here. Okay, so there's an Infernal Grasp and a Mana Leak. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Mana Leak. The counter spells tend to be a little bit more premium, and there's a lot of removal spells in the cube, so you should be okay. And also, so many cards, just in like Magic in general, especially today, they have so much value if they slam on the table. So for example, like say you're playing against a Reanimator deck, or whatever, big ramp deck, whatever, and then like let's say Atraxa's on the stack. Let's just imagine that. And then you let it resolve, and with the trigger on the stack, you Infernal Grasp it. Like, sure, that's fine. But they draw like 3 to 4 cards, at least. But if you Mana Leak it, it gets no value until they reanimate the next turn. But don't worry about that. Okay. But anyway, the point of what I'm trying to say is that fighting on the stack is important, very important. But of course, you also need to have answers for when they slip through the cracks, right? Or you stop them from entering the battlefield whatsoever by taking Deep Cavern Bat and plucking things from the hand. So that's also an option. Fallen Shinobi. Oh my goodness, we are doing the ninjutsu thing. This is great. Okay, now we have our Kaito. Now we have our Fallen Shinobi. Do they have other ninjas in the cube? Do they have, what's it called? Well, there's that new one from Fallout from Final Fantasy, but it's the red one, and I forgot what it's called. But it's a 3-mana 3/3. But when it enters, it has ninjutsu for 1 and a red. And when it enters, you take control of a non-creature artifact until it leaves. And I think that's it. And that card is like, it seems okay. I think it seems interesting. But yeah, anyway. I wonder if they have like Yuriko, the Tiger Shadow. It's a fun commander card. Also apparently a good just 1v1 card. I don't think they have it in here. Alright. Ooh, Creeping Tar Pit Wield. I think we are going to go ahead and take that. There's the Lightning Grease for if we had taken the Nadu, but I don't know. I'm totally happy just taking the Manland here. All right, we're kind of need some playables. Like, we took a lot of lands, and there were like 4 kind of blank cards, so we need to shore that up. Ooh, Harvester of Misery. This is a good one to have. So you could either like sideboard this, or you can even main deck it, because it's either a 5-mana 5/4 with Menace that makes other creatures get -2/-2, or you can just use it as sort of like a pseudo spell on turn 2. 1 in a black, discard it, target creature gets -2/-2, which is solid. You can't counter it really unless you have like a stifle effect. But honestly, totally fine to have on the top end of this. It does kill a lot of our stuff, but a lot of the stuff it doesn't kill. It doesn't kill Tamiyo. It doesn't kill Leovold. It doesn't kill... Okay, that's kind of it. It doesn't kill Atraxa, technically. But yeah, no, it's just a good card to have in general. It doesn't kill Kaido or Fallen Shinobi either. Kills Elite Spellbinder though, very sad. But yeah, overall it seems like a fairly solid deck. It's a little safe. Ooh, Chromehose Seed Shark on the wheel. I do like that. I also wouldn't mind a Brain Surge as well, because we only have the 1 fetch land, but it's kind of nice. You kind of get to, draw 4, put 2 back. Easy way to flip Tamiyo, actually. That might convince me, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take the Brain Surge here. All right, we wield all these blue cards. As much as I kind of want to take the Teferi, I think we have enough on the top end already, and we don't have enough stuff to do on turn 1, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take the Consider. It's kind of boring, but whatever. Tendrils of Agony could be like a sideboard card. I don't know. Now we can take the Raven Inspector. All these cards don't really matter that much. I guess maybe the better one was to take the other one. I don't know, the 2-mana 2/2. Last pick, Kappa Cannoneer. We're not really doing artifacts, so that's not going to really be a thing here. A good card, though. Very scary. All right. We are looking for... we're looking for all kinds of stuff. All right. I think we're just going to go ahead and take the premium 1-drop threat with the Nethergoyf. So this thing, it's a Lurgoyf, but it only counts the stuff in your graveyard. However... I mean, we're going to be fetching, we're going to be considering, we're going to be mana leaking, we're going to be brain surging, many ings. So this thing could theoretically get up to like a 3/4 easily. 1 mana 3/4, pretty solid body. And then it can come back. He attack, he protect, he come back. He's just a good boy. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take Nethergoyf here. Other considerations are Dam, Urtai Resurrected, is a solid mid-rangey card, Phantasmal Image, Path to Exile, and Bloodstained Mire. But I think just go ahead and taking another good 1-mana threat makes a lot of sense here. Okay, so a couple choices. We have Archon of Cruelty. So we have Entomb, and we have Atraxa. We could take Archon and then have that settled. Unfortunately, we just don't have any of the reanimation whatsoever. And I mean, these are 2 of the best reanimation targets. But if we can't find reanimation, then everything kind of falls apart and we kind of waste that pick. Whereas if we take Jace, Vryn's Prodigy, it more so fits the game plan we're trying to do. For one, it draws cards on our turn, which can help flip to the Tamiyo. It helps us find our good cards. It fuels our Nethergoyf. Technically, it's a creature, so you can attack with it. And then it's not that relevant because it's an O2, but it is relevant because we have these ninjutsu. So you might get into a situation where you just want to ninjutsu something, and so you attack with like 3 things and they block 2, right? So that is a consideration here. Okay, interesting spot. We have a couple choices. We have Cecil Dark Knight or Abhorrent Oculus. This definitely seems like an Oculus deck. However, I do want to try out the Cecil. And it is also a 1-drop, which, that's helpful for the ninjutsu game plan. And then... yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, this thing will flip eventually, and then it can become life linker and give all my other things indestructible, which can be pretty strong. This also might be a situation where people don't want the Oculus, and there's also a very strong pack. We have Surveillant, we have Ocelot Pride, Flage, Screaming Nemesis. So the Oculus may go, but I don't know. It could come around. It's not impossible. Oh my god, it's a Psychic Frog. Okay, I was looking at a Shieldred and Snapcaster Mage, and I'm like, okay, yeah, those are cards. Man, Psychic Frog is just completely absurd. All right, I think we're getting rid of these, but this card is just obscene. There's 2 mana 1/2, and no, I don't need to explain it. You all know what it does. He attack, he protect, he discard card and fly. Just absolutely broken. I think it's craziest. Like, it's all very crazy. The fact that it can attack. Sometimes with these cards, it's like, oh, deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Yeah, no problem. This thing, like, say sometimes you have to hit the Planeswalker. Like, the Planeswalker is just getting out of control. You have to hit it, and it's like, oh man, well, I'm missing out on some value, but hey, at least the Planeswalker. No, you get to draw the card. Just what? Come on, man. No, that's ridiculous. It's also good with like a Reanimator Shell, but it's just good in general. It's good in like literally any blue-black deck. Oh baby, Fatal Push. Yeah, that's the one thing we were kind of missing is cheap removal spells. So now we just get to just take this. Awesome. Yeah, 100%. There's like nothing else for us. There's like the Jace Wielder Mysteries, which would be like a fine mid-rangey-ish Planeswalker. Kind of fuels our graveyard, but nah, it's not even that good. Okay, now we have a couple choices. We have a Darkslick Shores for fixing, but I think we're fine on that. So the choice is between Liliana the Veil and Narset Parter Veils. I think given the kind of deck that we are, I probably just want to take the Liliana. It helps to protect us. We're also a little short on removal. You could consider this like a removal spell. And we're good on like the card advantage aspect of things. And we don't currently have combos with Narset. There's no like wheels in the deck. So I think Lily's gonna be pretty strong here. Okay. There's Sephiroth. I do like Sephiroth. We don't have too many disposable bodies though to really make it work. Like, I don't want to sacrifice my Baleful Strix or Dothi Voidwalker. These are all like cards I want to stick on the table. So I think we're gonna either take Concealing Curtains or the Breeding Pool. I'm gonna take the Breeding Pool just so we have an untapped green source for our Leovold, which I think is one of our stronger cards. And we still have a few more picks to get to the requisite number of playables. Okay, now we see Sorin, not very good. There's a Sin, Spara's Punishment, which could be a decent reanimation target, but I think here we're just gonna go ahead and take a Time Warp. It's like bad Time Walk. It's a Time Walk that costs 2.5 times as much, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, pretty happy with that. We wield Urtai. That is excellent. Fits right nicely into the curve, and then. Yeah. Okay. Wow. We wield Archon of Cruelty. Okay. So no one's in Reanimator. So we just didn't see the reanimations. But oh my god, we wield the Oculus. Oh man, this deck is so sweet. All right. I think at this point we just cut the Elite Spellbinder and cut the Shadowy Backstreets, and then yeah, look at this. Our fixing is great. This deck is awesome. Every time I say that, I always do bad. So I'm not gonna say that. But the deck looks pretty cool, I guess. Okay. So we get the Kolaghan's Command for free. Yeah, we get to take Jace. I could see some matchups where that could be good. And then, yeah, no, I mean, this deck has like everything. It has good removal, it has good threats, it has good card advantage and card selection, it has counter magic, 3 premium 2 mana counter spells. Ooh, a Darkslick Shores, second to last pick. Oh my god, someone's getting the last pick. Brain Freeze though. Okay, that was awesome, super cool. And yeah, no, I mean, we basically got it all. It's a little fair, I will say. It's just like a fair mid-range deck, right? There's nothing super broken about this. There's no power. So it's basically like a really good Legacy Cube deck, which is still fine. The main deck, Harvester of Misery, is probably like one of the weaker elements, but there's not really anything in the board I would want to bring in instead. Like, we're not gonna ever hardcast Archon of Cruelty or Atraxa except in the like extreme late game, and that's just not a thing that's going to like happen on average. So yeah, I think this is great. As far as the mana is concerned, I don't need to play a basic forest. We already have Polluted Delta, Zagoth Triumph, and Breeding Pool. And I do like that one of them's untapped as well, which is nice. So I think we're just going to go ahead and add a bunch of islands and swamps. Let's see how this looks. So if we go 5 of each, for blue we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, solid. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So do I want that to be a little bit more even? Let's sort by color real quick. So if we sort by color, we see that it's basically even, honestly. There's like ever so slightly more blue cards. So actually, because it's so even, I think we want the number of sources to be even. So let's go ahead and go back to let's add the basics again. So like I said, okay, we do this. Maybe it's like this. So this would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. 11 of each, and then 3 green. Perfect. Yeah, deck looks great. See you for the games. All right, we're here for match 1 against JDF God, these names, man. JDF AMN LJ. It's something. We won the die roll, so of course we'll go first, and our hand looks not great, so we're gonna go ahead and mulligan that. Just too many lands, not enough stuff. Oh my god, this hand is great. Okay, let's keep this. We keep, and I think we could just put back a land. Yeah, we'll draw more lands. It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna start with a turn 1 Cecil here. I kind of like that just for the aggressive output, but also the fact that we have 2 black 1-drops and 1 blue 1-drop means now we can well, I was gonna say now we can deploy both of our 1-drops, but I'm much more interested in bolting the bird. So let's go ahead and start with an attack, because you never know, sometimes the opponent's like, wow, I can't taking 2? Impossible, no way. All right, so anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and Harvester of Misery away the Avacyn's Pilgrim. So Harvester of Misery, obviously, great card to have in the deck. Oh my god, my opponent played a channel. All right, so, you know, that's what I was talking about, how we have a nice, fair, whatever deck. Now the opponent's just going to play something stupid, and we're going to be sad. Oh, they're going to, yep, that's, wow, that is a big Walking Ballista. That's not even that bad. All right. Well, go to combat. Attack with Cecil? Okay. Yeah. You gonna do it again? Okay. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way they go to okay. I was gonna say who's gonna blink first. Okay, well now it's just a 3/3. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just supposed to go Tamiyo plus Nethergoyf, and then I don't know. Opponent can just deal with whichever one they want. If they can add more mana, this Walking Ballista becomes more of a problem. I mean, okay, it's not an Eldrazi, so I like don't care. All right, I'm gonna take 3, whatever. All right, this is perfect. Okay, Sandstorm Salvager, that's not so perfect. That is I'm getting mid-ranged here, but my opponent did have a lot of mana to work with. That's not a great draw. All right, let's go to combat. Let's attack with Tamiyo, unless they want to kill it. Okay, we're going to make a treasure, and then we're going to flip Tamiyo, or not flip Tamiyo, we're going to Kaito here. Return Tamiyo to hand, and then, yep, pretty good. And they go to 3. That's actually like really relevant. So now we have a couple choices. we can, excuse me, we can Surveil 2 and draw, or tap target creature, put 2 stuns. I don't think that's necessary. Like, how much damage are we taking? 3, 6, 7, potentially like, yeah, like 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm a little bit more interested in surveilling and drawing here. So I get to Surveil 2 and then draw a card. Okay. I do like... I don't like the Lily, so I think we're going to go ahead and put that into the GY, but I do want to draw this Polluted Delta. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that on top. I'm going to play it and fetch Growing the Nethergoyf too, which is nice. Okay, one thing this deck is missing is a untapped blue-black land, which I think is ideally what I want here, but I do still want to play the Tamiyo. Do I want to risk taking 2 more points of damage? I think it's probably fine. We have the Urtai coming up. They have to deal with Kaito, or it kind of steamrolls them. Yeah, I think it's fine. Just on the off chance we draw the Leovold. So, play Tamiyo. Opponents at 3, they're very much in a rough situation, and I don't think they can just, like, kill me, you know? So if they play land, they can make the Walking Ballista a 4/4. I think this Tamiyo is likely going to be on blocking duty, but they can't go too hard because the Kaito can simply, first of all, it's hexproof on our turn, so they can't interact with it with Walking Ballista. Second of all, okay, they're just like mono green. Oh my god, they're natural ordering. Okay, well this is going to probably be a little... Oh my god, it's a Crater Hoof. Jeez. Alright, well, so much for taking 2 damage. It's not like it mattered. Does it matter? I'm just going to, you know... Oh, and then the Walking Ballista deals 3. Jeez. Alright. Alright, well sometimes you get Crater Hoofed. Oh my god, wait, we went to a -1? We still would have lost if we had not gotten the breeding pool, because they would have just pinged us to death with the Walking Ballista, but still, wow, close, very close. All right, against them, I don't really have anything specifically. I think we just run it back, and then we hope that we have the Fatal Push in our hand, hopefully the Psychic Frog. I mean, yeah. We just need interaction. Oh, look, Psychic Frog. Let's keep this one. We'll go ahead and go turn 1. No turn 1 play, which is a little rough. We can... Okay, as expected, they play a Mana Dork. What are we going to do? Are we going to Deep Cavern Bat them? Oh, what? Tamiyo, why are you so late? That is so rude of you. Okay, let's go... Probably Deep Cavern Bat, honestly. Like, we've seen how explosive their hand is, or like their deck. So I imagine we want to get that value right away. Alternatively, it could be like Psychic Frog. These are kind of awkward with Kaito. I think it's probably better to Deep Cavern Bat. I value the hand information a little bit more. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3 mana next turn. They have Rofellos, Craterhoof, Titania. So they just have a lot of big, dumb things. And they have a Worldly Tutor, which they can search for a creature. So, given our hand, I think it makes a bit more sense to take Rofellos, since we can't currently answer that. And then they don't really have a great follow-up turn. So they're going to play land, and then they're going to attack me for 1. Yeah, so that's fine. We can do that. I may be interested in... Oh, Lily of the Veil. Oh, that's even better. Perfect. Okay, let's do that instead. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do Lily, and then we're going to keep the board clear, so that way they can just never come back. And it also takes away the possibility of them ripping a Worldly Tutor off of the top of the deck. So now... Okay, they're going to go Worldly Tutor. I imagine they're going to grab some sort of... Mana Dork? I can't imagine. Oh, it could be the 3 mana 1/1 that makes the 4/4. I don't remember, or that makes the 3/3. Cause that's like fine. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. That's probably what they're getting. Because they only have access to the 3 mana. We have the Raphaelos underneath the Deep Cavern Bat. Their deck seems pretty... I mean, it's just mono green, right? So it does the mono green things. Yeah. Nothing they get seems that scary. I mean, we got the Lily, we've got the Psychic Frog, we've got the Tamiyo. It just... oh, Eternal Witness. Sure, yeah, Eternal Witness, rebuy Elvish Mystic. Sure, yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Oh, rebuy the Worldly Tutor. Interesting. Okay, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. Okay, we get a Darkslick Shores. I think I'm interested in pitching that, honestly. Let's attack with Deep Cavern Bat. I could rebuy the Kaito at this point. That actually might be interesting. No, I think getting the Psychic Frog makes a little bit more sense. Okay, we don't need that many lands. Yeah, let's uptick Lily. I think we discard this Darkslick Shores. Either the Darkslick Shores or the Kaito. No, actually, maybe it's the Miscalc. I think Miscalc could end up being pretty good. Let's go ahead and discard the Darkslick Shores. And then they're going to discard a Titania. Sure, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and play out our Psychic Frog. So this can protect the Queen, Lily, and then, I don't know, we just kind of go from there. We're keeping the game very small, which I like. So we know in the hand they have a Craterhoof and Worldly Tutor. 2 unknowns. Okay, Forest played. They have Worldly Tutor and Craterhoof Behemoth. Okay, they're going to go after the Lily. So we are going to block. I mean, yeah. And then we're going to discard a card. I think at this point it's either Tamiyo or it's either Tamiyo, Miscalc, or Kaito, haha. Which one do I care about the least? I think the way we lose is if they just play something egregious. So I think it actually is supposed to be Kaito here. And then we grow the frog. Now the Eternal Witness dies. And then we're just trying to draw cards and hold up Miscalculation. Oh, perfect. A breeding pool. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack with both. I don't need to do the aggressive frog thing quite yet. I can be patient on that one. So let's draw a card. Time Warp. Ooh, Time Warp's awesome. Actually, no, I don't even need Time Warp. I'm just going to have us each discard a card. And I'm going to discard the Time Warp. Like, we're basically holding up this Miscalc against anything scary. We're going to pay 2 life. We're going to play out a Tamiyo. And then we're going to pass the turn. Next turn, we can even flip Tamiyo if we want. Okay, they're going to go Worldly Tutor. That's fine. They get a Walking Ballista. So what they're going to try to do is play a Walking Ballista for X equals 2. However, we are going to miscalc it, and then they're probably going to concede the game. Okay, they have not conceded, but they're effectively dead, right? And then we discard the last card in the hand. Oh, nice. So I guess we'll Surveil, then draw. Surveil. No. Attack with both. Oh, my bad. I was supposed to uptick. Alright. I'm not playing optimally. I mean, we're super far ahead. Jace. Okay, whatever. We'll play Jace. Then we'll Lily. Now they discard their Craterhoof. Now we draw with the clue. Then we flip the Tamiyo. And then we uptick. Okay. Good luck, opponent. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's fine. Opponent should definitely concede. I can't really... Yeah. Okay. Cool. So as long as we don't get cheesed out by, like, natural order or something like that, we should be okay. So it's going to be very important to kill the dorks early if possible with the Fatal Push and the Harvester. and then we hold up Daze, Mana Leak, or Miscalc for either channel or natural order. And I think we should be okay. I think we should have a decent matchup. Again, as long as we don't get cheesed. Being on the draws, that's considerably more problematic, but we should be okay. All right. Hand looks great. No counter magic, but it has 2 removal spells. Unfortunately, they're probably going to get a Mana Dork or 2 underneath us. So I think what we're going to try to do is, it would be really nice to like play Harvester of Misery outright, but I imagine it's just going to end up being, oh my gosh. Oh, perfect. Oh, they didn't do anything. That's great. Okay, so now we just go ahead and go to their turn. They're going to go ahead and fetch with the Verdant. Do they have a Surveil? Oh, they do have a Surveil land. Okay, they're probably just playing like the one of random Surveil land just to... Ooh, Vaultborn Tyrant into the bin. I mean, I don't think they have reanimation effects. That would be really scary. Oh my god, wait, they have a Marsh Flats. I thought they were just mono green. Are they playing Reanimator? Oh man, you can't do this to me. That's absurd. Alright, whatever. Okay, let's go to our end step. We'll fetch up our own Surveil land. And then we see Swamp, put it in the bin. Okay, we draw another land. So I think I'm incentivized to just kill this right now. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we can maybe follow it up with our own threat afterward. Okay, cool. Mana Dork down. Wow, they're just... Whoa, wait, they're Abzan? Weird. Am I going to get reanimated here? That would kind of suck. Okay, I see 3. Eternal Witness. Buy back the... Vaultborn Tyrant, perhaps? Or maybe it's just a land? Okay, they're just going to get a land. That's reasonable. Alright, so... Nothing crazy here from us. I think we care enough about the double black that we do want to play this tapped, and then we'll just go ahead and get our Froggy down. Like, we already have so much card advantage. I can't ever imagine a world where we're gonna actually, like, pay 3 mana and cycle a card. Okay, as long as we dodge natural order and stuff, we should be fine. I mean, even, like, just a random... Ooh, Otawara is nice to hold up, too. So, let's play... well, let's attack first, I think. Attack first. No. Attack, Froggy. Come on, you can do it. Okay. And then I imagine they don't block. What the heck? Alright, I'm down with it. Discard a card. Put a counter. Yay. I'm totally fine with this. I don't care. I could have flown it, but, like, I don't think that's necessary. I'm just going to play this out, and then we're just holding up Sheoldred's Edict and Otawara, which, no counter spells, but if they go for, like, a big... Oh, Karn. Ooh, interesting. Alright, I can Sheoldred's Edict that away. They get a free activation, so that's fine. Okay. Whoa! Big boys. Alright. Which would I rather them have? So which one do I choose? I choose one. It goes into the hand. So I think I want Craterhoof in their hand, actually. Bahamut can be exiled, because I really don't want Bahamut to resolve. Craterhoof is currently not that much of a problem. And then I'm just going to go ahead and Sheoldred's Edict away the Karn. So cast, each opponent sacks a Planeswalker. Bam. Goodbye, Karn. Alright. Goodbye, Karn. Hello, Frog. Ooh, Dauthi Voidwalker. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go to combat. Let's attack. No need to pump yet. Okay. Ooh, Baleful Strix. That's pretty cool, too. Let's see. I think we're going to go for the Baleful Strix right now. And then draw a card. Like, we could take an extra turn, but that's not that real. Oh my god, perfect. And we draw the Swamp, and now we go for the Dauthi Voidwalker. Now, next turn, we're set up for an even better Time Warp. So we just have to survive this turn. The shields are down though. We don't... Oh, they didn't fetch with the Verdant. It's interesting. Okay. So... Are we dead? Titania. Okay, so they get a couple of 5/3s, but that's a... Wait, what? They didn't get their fetch land? They didn't get their fetch land? Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. That doesn't even work because of Dothi Voidwalker. Dothi Voidwalker is so broken. Okay, cool. Let's go to our turn. Okay, miscalc. So let's fly the Froggy. 1, 2, 3. And then go to combat. We can just attack with everything. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so let's do this. And then we will discard a couple of cards to the frog. Just to make this lethal. Okay, we attack. Alright, then we go. Oh, we drew a Brain Surge. Alright, let's Time Warp ourselves. And then that should be game. Unless they have interaction right now. Okay, they don't. Cool. We go to our turn. And that is lethal. Perfect. Awesome. Pretty convincing first match. We only got cheesed out that one game with the channel. But on to the next one. Alright, we're on the draw versus Morario, and I think our hand doesn't quite do enough, so we're going to go ahead and ship it. This hand also doesn't do that much. It's a little rough to mulligan this one, though. Like, we could just put back an island and hope for the best. The Oculus is not being fueled by anything, and Dothi's... I think we can do better, honestly. Alright, I think we're forced to keep this, so we can just put back the 2 islands. And then we have double black for Lily. We can Undercity Sewers hopefully find a decent 2-drop. Opponent kept 7, but at least we're on the draw, so we get to draw an additional card. Okay. Let's see what we got. We got tapped Triumph. We're going to go tap land as well. We drew into an Oculus, which is fine, but not amazing. Oh my god, it's the boy. It's the Froggy. Very nice. Definitely going to play that out on the next turn. Then we're just waiting for our opponent to pass back. Okay. Alright, some kind of Mardu deck. Oh, some kind of big ramp deck. Whoa, expedition map. Okay, they're looking for something specific then. Whoa, Mox Opal. Stop playing cards. Alright. Well, time to deploy the frog and then see what happens. Let's go, Froggy. You can do it. I believe in you. I'm more than happy to pitch this Urtai Resurrected. The more cards we pitch, the more easy it is for the Abhorrent Oculus to see play. Sleep Magic? Oh man, that's lame. Yeah, that's a pretty good removal spell, for sure. I mean, we can still activate the ability if we want to discard cards for some reason, but I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. Okay. We see, oh, they're a combo deck. Alright, so I think it's going to be pretty important to try to interrupt that combo. We can... Urtai can not really... It can counter spells, I guess. So that's something. Alright, let's go ahead and shock in the breeding pool. Let's play Lily. And then hopefully they just don't have combo this turn. Let's each discard a card. I think I'm going to have to discard the... Does Urtai actually interact? So... Counter target spell, activate ability, or triggered ability. So I need them to not have the combo this turn, and then I can hold up the Urtai Resurrected. If they have combo this turn, it gets pretty difficult. Hopefully they don't have it. Only a couple cards in hand. What is the expedition map for? It could be for Tolarian Academy, because obviously they're a very heavy artifact build. So I can imagine Tolarian Academy being pretty good here. Do I have any ways to cheekily do combat damage to the Psychic Frog? No, not really. Third Path Iconoclast. Okay. I think I am willing to let them... Okay, wait. They're searching for a land. What are they getting? Urza's Saga. Okay. Urza's Saga is pretty good. Urza's Saga is pretty good. We can not destroy that. Okay. This is definitely going to run away with the game if we don't answer it immediately. I think we can... Let's go ahead and deal with the Third Path Iconoclast. Okay. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and hold up the Urtai here. Unfortunately, this Urza's Saga is going to give them value, which I don't like. But that's just kind of how it goes. Hopefully they don't have the other piece of the combo. Oh, they're tapping out for some... Oh my god, it's Othari. Yeah. We can't let that resolve. So we are going to have to go ahead and fire off the Urtai. Okay, we're going to go ahead and counter the spell. Alright, but at least they have nothing at this point. Well, they do get to draw. But wait, ha, we just discarded. Nice. Alright, hopefully we can draw something we can play. Fallen Shinobi. Yo, wait, that's awesome. That's so good. Alright, so let's do that first. Let's go Urtai. No blocks. Fallen Shinobi. And time to hit the lottery. Okay, come on. Let's hit something good. We get Steam Vents and a Tinker. So, I like that we could play the Steam Vents. So, yeah, let's do that. We'll just play it untapped. And then we'll go ahead and discard. Sorry, Cecil. Maybe another time. And then opponent will discard a Plains. Really glad that we got the Tinker out of there. Yeah, we just don't have any artifacts. So, unfortunately not going to do anything. Okay. Opponent is Urza Saga-ing. I think they're just going to make a construct. Probably. Yep, that's fine. Okay. And they're going to fetch up an artifact of some kind. Hopefully nothing that deals with the Fallen Shinobi. This event has been canceled. Okay, I don't know what that means. We get... Okay, they get Retrofitter Foundry. Sure. And then they played what? Oh, they played a tap land, so they don't have to discard. Okay. Okay. Go to our turn. I just want to, like, hit them again, you know? So, let's see. I think we're going to... They can activate this, what, once? 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and downtick on Lily, make them sacrifice. But then they're going to go ahead and activate the Retrofitter Foundry, which is totally fine. I mean, I imagine, yeah, they activate the Retrofitter Foundry here to make a little guy. Okay, that's totally fine. So now they're just going to go ahead and sack the little token, which is also okay. But let's see. We're going to go ahead and go to the combats, and we're going to attack. And then before blocks, we are going to do this. Urtai, and then we're gonna destroy the construct. They get to draw, but the Fallen Shinobi is of course going to take a couple more looks at the deck. Okay, we get a mountain and we get a Thraben Inspector, which is really nice because now we can draw with the clue token. So we're still trying to dodge combo. Hopefully that just doesn't happen, but they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not great, definitely. Retrofitter Foundry is now giving them plenty of bodies, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get the Fallen Shinobi through. but at least we get to draw cards, and then Lily can keep their hand in check. Like if they're going to play stuff, they need to play it now, or else it's going to get discarded to the Liliana. Other than that, I think we're doing okay. It's basically whether or not they find the... I can't remember what it's called. The thing that combos with Sword of the Meek. That one. That card. I don't know. Hopefully I will not remember the name of that card throughout the entire match because they didn't play it. Okay. Okay, that's solid. So... okay, go to our turn. Let's just draw a card because we can. Also, it's the right thing to do. Okay, we draw another land, which is not great. Go to our turn, and Otawara. Ooh, Otawara is that's actually very nice. So let's start with each player discarding the card. Let's discard this Darkslick Shores. And then I might want to hold this island in hand. Okay, we're going to attack with everything. We're going to ask our opponent the questions, and then they must provide the answer. Okay. Yep. That's fine. They are going to block the Fallen Shinobi. Understandable. This costs what? Does it cost 1? Oh, okay. So yeah, they could do that. Sure. Yep, they're going to sacrifice that to make the flyer, which makes sense. And then they take 4. So now the question is, do I want to or I can is this my stuff or opponent stuff? No, this is just anyone's stuff. So I could return Psychic Frog to hand and play it. I don't hate that play. I think that's a pretty solid play. So yeah, let's do that. But the only thing is I do want to be able to interact with the if they draw that card, I don't think this actually does what I want it to do. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get another premium threat. Costs 1 less because I have a legendary creature. So discard this card, return Psychic Frog to my hand, and then replay the Psychic Frog. I can also fly the frog to block the Thopter token if necessary, although it might not be necessary. And then we're just applying a lot of pressure here. Opponent has 6 mana. So if they have 6 mana, they can make a 4/4 and then untap, and then tap, make a 1/1. That's okay. So they can't do everything. But the real question is, can they get out of this? Okay, they're going to go ahead and equip the Thopter token. So I imagine they're going to try to attack down the Liliana. So we're going to fly the frog, exile 3 cards, and then we're going to fly the froggy, and then we're going to block, and then we're going to discard our last card to make it a 2/3. Okay, they're going to bounce off each other. Nice. Liliana lives. And then they don't have enough mana to... Oh, I see. They can still make the 4/4. They can still make the 4/4. So actually, I think what's a good idea here is we just use this now, because they don't have enough mana to make the 4/4, untap, and create a 1/1. Yep, so perfect. So that's just going to happen. So we are just going to go to the combats, and then we have the miscalc up, and 3, 4, 5, 6. They block the Fallen Shinobi, and they still lose. Excellent. All right, pretty convincing game 1. Moving on to sideboarding. Do we have anything for artifacts? No, but and we were also pretty lucky to dodge their combo. So I don't think there's anything here that I want. Yeah, I think we just... Well, actually, Kolaghan's Command would be really good, but we just don't have the means to splash that. We'd have to put like actual factual mountains in our deck, which I think would be not great. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna opt not to do that. I think we just run it back as is. Our main deck already seems fine, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, sorry if I sound stuffy. I'm still getting over my cold. Like, we're better now, but we still have like the stuffy, like kind of a little bit of congestion or whatever. Oh, this hand's so close. Any blue in this hand or in the mana base makes it keepable, but I think it's not good enough. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. Okay, let's keep this, and then kind of like Urtai. Actually, Urtai's Urtai, but a Brain Surge could be anything. It could even be Urtai. So I think we pitch that. I mean, this is just a nice curve. We go like turn 1 Cecil, turn 2, hopefully draw a 2-drop. Ooh, a 2-drop. Okay, so, or, a 2-mana interaction spell, rather. So then we go Cecil turn 1. I've still yet to see Cecil do the thing. I know it does stuff sometimes. Oh, does this make them sack enchantment? No, it does not. Okay, and then they go Hildebrand. Sure. Oh, nice. That was a good draw. Okay, let's... Do I care? Let's do this. Let's attack. I guess we could just be patient, right? Okay, we're going to take some damage. That's fine. Actually, we kind of want this thing to attack us. And we can save our Fatal Push for if they play something a little bit more impactful. So now they're just holding up, like, token making, and that's whatever, right? Okay, they're going to hit me. Again, I think I'm fine with it. I don't really care. Let's see. We might just kill it anyway. Ooh. Do I want that? I don't think so. I think we just put that in the graveyard. Ooh, we draw Tamiyo. Alright, let's kill this now. With Fatal Push. Okay, cool. Oh, we're just going to keep hitting ourselves. Oh yeah, they can cast this as an adventure, but they lack the black mana to do so. Alright, let's shock this in. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Attack for 2. Please. Alright. Okay, no blocks from the opponent, of course. Okay, we're going to take some damage, but we're getting ever so closer. Alright, Tamiyo, Inquisitive Student. You're on. Okay, they're going to go for a Construct token, and then I imagine they're just going to make another one. Let's find out. Or are they going to float the mana for something more impactful? Let's find out together. Usually they just make another construct. It's more like in Constructed, where you don't make the construct. Isn't that funny? How in Constructed, you don't make the construct as often because... Alright, anyway, so I'm going to be quiet now, and I'm just going to let the opponent make the decision of their Urza Saga. Must be very difficult. Okay, they're just going to make a construct. Alright, whatever. Okay, so we can kind of get them here, right? Unless they play another artifact, because they can, like, attack... Ooh, Mox Opal? I should probably... Shield Strategic now. Oh, it's too late. Well, now they're 4/4s. That's not cool. Very lame. Okay. Let's make them sacrifice a creature token. It's not amazing. I'm still going to get attacked for 3 damage. But now my Cecil just flips. Well, not this turn, but like next turn. So I kind of want to flip Tamiyo. At the same time, I kind of don't. I kind of want to hold the Miscalc. Okay, let's do this. And then... Okay, we flip Cecil. Here he is. It's Cecil. Flips into Cecil. Okay, so now the question becomes, do I want to flip Tamiyo or do I want to... Do I want to flip Tamiyo, or do I want to just hold up a miscalc and a clue sack? So on their turn, they can move the sword onto this. It becomes a 4/5, but that requires them 2 mana to do that. And if they're doing that and attacking me down to 3, that's okay. I think I'm okay. I'd rather just hold up the miscalculation. I mean, it is nice with the Tamiyo flip because, you know, you uptick and then the next turn you get like a removal spell or something, but I think it's going to be a little bit more important to counter this. Yeah, get out of here. Nope. Nope. Get out of here. No Might Stone and Weak Stone for you, buddy. Impossible. All right, and now you just have to pass. Ha, loser. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Does this... Okay, they just gain indestructible. I wonder if they like untapped or something. Okay, I could see the potential. 1 mana for this? All right, I see it. I see it happening. Very cool. Daze is great. Well, sort of. It's like mostly great. Okay, let's attack. Triggers. Gain indestructible. And then they just take it, I assume. They go to 9. I go to 11. And then we Brain Surge, I think, in order to flip the Tamiyo. Opponent's thinking about blocking, I guess. All right. No blocks from the opponent. And then, yeah, time to flip Tamiyo. Time to draw a ton of cards. Okay, so we're going to put 2 back on the top. Let's put the Time Warp, I guess. Time Warp and like Kaito. So we want to draw Kaito after. And then we flip. We do this. We play the Swamp. They can attack Tamiyo down. Well, no. They can't quite attack Tamiyo down unless they play an artifact. We have Daze backup for if they play anything scary. Othari would be really, really bad here because I can't Daze that. And then that can definitely take over. Ha! Oh, yeah. Why? Why would they tap like that? Opponent, what are you doing? You have this Sword of the Meek right here. What are you doing? You're just letting me Daze this. Oh, no. You can't do that, opponent. You could have just tapped them. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay. That's... Yeah. Yep. Opponent definitely could have played around that one for sure. All they had to do was tap Sword of the Meek and leave up a Sunbaked Canyon or something. Jeez. Yikes. Alright. Are they gonna attack me or what? Attack Tamiyo perhaps? Or do they just have to hold back? Okay. They go after the Tamiyo. Alright. We could downtick the Tamiyo here. No, we can't. We just uptick. So let's just do that. We're always upticking. We know what we're drawing, but that's okay. Let's just go black, blue, Baleful Strix, draw a card, Time Warp, yes, attack for another 4 damage. And then we just hold up our interaction spells and a clue token flip. And then next turn we can grab whatever we need. So like another Fatal Push or something. We're at a pretty healthy life total again. So I think we're doing okay. We have the only thing we're holding up right now is a Harvester of Misery. All right, they're just going to go ahead and draw. That's probably a good sign. And they just concede. All right. Pretty convincing second match. See you in the finals. All right, we're playing against AKA Peanut Butter, and our hand looks pretty good, so we'll go ahead and keep. We have days available on turn. Oh my god, it's a Black Lotus. Well, okay, this might not be a good game after all. Is this Lurrus? Oh my god, this is the nuts. This is the nuts start. This is the Lurrus Black Lotus start. Oh man. Okay. Yup. That's completely broken. I don't think we can beat this. Oh my god, Prophet's Eidetic Memory, draw a card, play the land. Jeez. Yep, and then they can just play the Black... Okay, this game is probably already over, but we're gonna try anyway. This is pretty absurd amount of value that my opponent is getting here. I mean, you're not beating Black Lotus Lurrus start. That's just not a thing that you do, generally speaking. I would have needed to draw Fatal Push like right there exactly, so we could just like fetch, get a swamp, and then kill Lurrus. But that did not happen. Oh man, this is Carnage Interpreter. Oh boy, they discard. Wow, and they discard their deck is insanity, crazy. Okay, well, oh my god, and they draw like so many cards. Oof. Impressive stuff. Alright, well, let's sacrifice this, get a Surveil land, and then we bin this land, and then we go to our turn. Hey, look, Miscalc's going to help me, right? Okay, we play this, and we yield, and then I think we just have to hold up stuff. This is not really a winning game. Hey, look. It's the Black Lotus. Okay. I mean, I think they're just going to crack clues, right? Or they're just going to play something. Scrapwork Mutt. Jeez. Alright, I'm just going to let the opponent have their fun. We'll get them next game, you know? I'm just out here. Sure, Karakas to protect your Lurrus. Why not? Yeah, sometimes these are the kinds of decks that you encounter. And... Are we just dead? 11-14? Yep. Alright. Cool. Cool. Yep. Yep. That's a thing that happens sometimes. Okay. I mean, we're not really beating that. So, is there anything we can do? We basically just have to make sure we have the interaction for Lurrus. So, it has to be like exactly Fatal Push. Or, you know, just... Maybe if we dodge that start, that would be pretty nice. Okay. I mean, this is a good start. And it has an answer to Lurrus. So, yeah, turn 1 Cecil, turn 2 Psychic Frog, turn 3 maybe we Kaito, or we Sheoldred's Edict. Okay, that's a much less broken start than what we saw last time. Okay, let's go Psychic Frog, and then we can attack with Cecil. Alright, turn 1 Cecil, turn 2 Frog, pretty strong. Okay, that... See, sometimes people's decks are very incredibly broken under a certain circumstance, but then in other times, it's like not actually that bad. Okay, I could hold up the Sheoldred's Edict, but that's kind of lame, so I would much rather Swamp or Island. Probably Swamp. Let's go ahead and attack with both. And then we're going to return the Cecil to hand, attack with everything, draw a card, and then we're going to Surveil. Well, actually, am I supposed to just get an emblem? I think I'm just supposed to get an emblem, honestly. Like, let's just go ahead and kill them much faster. That is the way that we win. We need to stop them before they do obscene stuff. Tursa is not that obscene. Like, it's fine, but we have the answer for it in the hand. Okay, they have a Detectus Phoenix in the bin. Oh, they turn it into a 5/5. Never mind. That's pretty gross. Okay. Yeah, Kaito down. Shoot. Did not see that coming. Yeah, okay. They're a Prophet's Eidetic Memory deck. I see. Very cool. All right. Let's go to combat first. Hit them. And then at this point, I am going to pitch the Darkslick Shores. And I think that's it for now. Okay, draw a card. Fatal Push. Okay, we can't currently activate that. So let's play Cecil, play Island, and then activate Sheoldred's Edict. Each opponent sacks a non-token. Okay, we go to the opponent's turn now. They still have 7 cards in hand. So, I mean, this is obviously a little bit more manageable than the previous game. However, it's still a little bit of a problem. Okay, they're just going to try to... Oh, they're going to get the Detective's Phoenix back on something. This requires collect evidence of 6, which they will have with the Frantic Search. We'll see if that matters. They've also drawn 2 cards for the turn. So whatever they play, if they play anything and they go to combat, they are able to put 2 counters. Maybe not. Maybe they're just deciding which creature they would like to play. Okay. That's interesting. I am going to go ahead and discard a card immediately. I'm going to discard... it's either Brain Surge or Otawara, I think. I can see Otawara being a little bit more important, unless they have a way to deal with the frog outright. If we can't draw... I think it has to be Brain Surge. So then we put a +1/+1 counter. They can no longer kill the frog with just 3 energy. They just decide to do that. Okay, they have a burn spell then. Or something. Sure, deal 3 damage. This is not something that we can save, so we're just going to go ahead and let that happen. They had to kill the frog there. It's understandable. Alright. We're just holding up Otawara. Creeping Tar Pit, sure. Put that there, and then we're going to attack with Cecil. We're increasing our clock, hopefully, with the Creeping Tar Pit, and we're still holding up a Fatal Push. So the thing about Detective's Phoenix, though, is that if we deal with the creature that it is bestowing upon, then we still have to deal with the 2/2. So we're going to have to be a little bit smart with the timing of our Otawara. Ooh, that's a... okay, that's an Othari. That's an Othari, which is terrifying. We have to basically Otawara this immediately. And then we go to our turn. Unfortunately, we need to draw a counterspell or something. Oh, it's death. Okay, yeah, it's Creeping Tar Pit time. And then we attack for 5, but it doesn't matter because they're going to gain all their life points back. Yep. And then we go to their turn. Yikes. And then they're going to play any other land in order to protect the Othari with Karakas. Or Time Walk. Sure. Scrapwork Mutt. Okay. That's fine. They're going to discard not Othari, draw a card, and then they're going to go to the next turn. They're going to bounce the Cecil. Yep, understandable. We just do not have the way to deal with this at all, unfortunately. They're at 5, but unfortunately, yeah, the Othari is going to resolve, which is not great. We get attacked for 8 damage. I think I need to kill something here. Kill Scrapwork Mutt. And then we take the gain life points to Oath. That's probably death. So we animate. Attack. I mean, we're not literally dead, but like we're pretty close. And then we play out the Cecil. And then we pass. And then... I think it's just lethal, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They reanimate. Okay, yeah, that's Screaming Nemesis. So that's... Yep. There's okay, okay, yep, they got it. All right. Well, that was not the most exciting of finals, but that's okay. I think the deck was pretty sweet. Just a very solid blue-black, splash green mid-range deck. We never saw the Leovold, but the Fallen Shinobi and the Kaito did quite a bit of work. I think in the second game there, I got a little greedy with wanting to just kill them fast. Probably should have just surveilled and drew a card, honestly. Kind of smooth out those draws. And then, yeah, we just got. So, yeah, overall, pretty solid deck. And hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.